How's everyone doing? What are we doing today? Welcome to my vlog. I know that, gosh, I am sweating. I just wiped my face. I just washed my face and wiped it, and now I'm back to feeling hot. It is brutal right now. The heat is on. I have this light on. I can't look at it because if I look at it, I'm gonna be temporarily blind. And it's brutally hot where I am. And so I have to suffer and torture for the sake of this video. So yeah, so it is already coming on my face. So this is a face vlog. What are we talking about? What are we doing today? I got this book from my local library. It is actually one of their old books that they usually, I don't want to say throw away, you know, because they have some books that they do. We have what is called a little library in our neighborhood where I worked, and the local library would put books in there. Is it a little library where it has like the little huts on the street side where, you know, you go, you get a book, you leave a book for someone to read? Yeah. But the book that was in the little library, I didn't want to take the book from the, well, I did take a book from the little library, but that's actually to read. And but I wanted a book that I could use to make a sketchbook with, and that's where this comes in. So I got this book, and I don't want the glare to affect you guys so much. And this book is, I'm going to use this to make a sketchbook. I'm going to use a cover, so it's already hardbound. So the cover is already good enough, and I am going to remove the fill-in, and I'm going to fill it up with my own paper. I did some research on this, not a whole lot, maybe about 5 minutes or so. Just look it up on the internet to ensure that this is not a collectible, because I do live in a third world country and we do get donations, and some of them are very valuable that we don't know it's valuable, especially in things like books and crayons. So I got that, and so I already looked it up, and the one that is the collectible version to this book is actually the first edition, and the first edition doesn't look like this. I mean, it has this covering and everything, but it doesn't have this backing. So I'm thinking this is like a 5th or 4th edition or something. It's definitely one of their older editions, but I don't think it's their first edition. So I don't think this is a collectible book, so I could use it up and make my sketchbook from it. And I want to show you that process. And my allergies is starting to kill me. I don't know, when it gets hot, like when the heat is on in my city or where I live in the country, at least when the heat is on, my allergies is like, hello, here I am. So it is on like Donkey Kong. And yeah, what I did prior to showing this book to you is I had to remove the library sticker, because it had the library sticker still on it. So I removed that. I cleaned it up. I have this solution called Glue Gun. It's basically something to use to remove an adhesive. I'll put a picture of it somewhere here if I could see it. If I find it up on the internet, I'll post one in there for you. Still trying to take away some of the adhesive. You see the little, yeah, these little stuff? I'm gonna be rubbing these off. These are just from the residue from the taping. And I use Glue Gun to remove it. So yeah, clean it up. And it looks like the innards is rather easy to remove, because it's only this, the first page, and then the back page. So once I cut this out, the entire book is gone rather cleanly. I don't necessarily have to remove a lot of stuff like the one I'm going to read. I don't have to remove a lot of stuff there for that. I just have to remove these innards, and I can still have a somewhat of a book without a covering to read if I choose to read this also. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to take you along on that process. I think for this, I'm just going to show you removing the innards, because that's just the first thing. I still don't even know what type of paper. I know it's watercolor paper I'll put in this book, I think. I hope. I don't know. I think it's watercolor paper, but I don't know what type of watercolor paper. If I'll use one of the cheaper stuff that I have, or some of the more costly stuff I have, or some of the more cost effective. I don't know if I'm going to use costly or cost effective. But right now the task at hand is to remove. No, I'm not going to do it right now, because if I remove, you see, this is me second guessing myself. Sorry. I'm just thinking that if I remove the innards right now, I won't do the actual book binding until I figure out what type of paper I want to use, and I haven't figured that out yet. So to preserve the book, to preserve the cover of this book and not to let it warp or anything, I'm going to keep the innards in it until I figure out what paper I want to use. And then after I figure out what paper I'm going to use, then I'm going to take you on that journey of me making a sketchbook out of this. And guys, join me for that. This is the first time I've ever attempted making a sketchbook with using a used book. The first time. First, numero uno. Primero. So I'm going to see what it looks. This is one of the things that I love about art. You know, there's just so many little faculties and little extensions to it. You know, it's a whole universe. I like industries that are actually universes. They excite me. You know, some of the sketchbooks I made, some of them are, most of them are different from each other. The majority of them, I'm trying to experiment and with different types of sketchbooks. Some of them close, some of them don't close, some of them have elastics, some of them don't have elastics, some of them have exposed spine. Well, one of them have exposed spine. So I'm really trying to expand my book binding repertoire, and this is one way I could expand using old books, and a great way to recycle. Really great way to recycle. They're old discarded books. Normally your libraries will just discard them, throw it in the trash or the shredder, whatever they do. But yeah, we need to get into a habit of, you know, reuse, recycle, restore, preserved. You know, we really need to get into that habit to save this world, lessen our carbon footprint by just a little, breathe more oxygen. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.